Live. All right, I'm gonna do a quick roll call, and then we're gonna jump. I'm gonna cue the opening, and then we'll start.
Sounds good.
So real quickly, Phoenix,
I'm here.
Emra,
Yahoo!
Lewis,
Hi, hi.
Judith,
Yep.
Sora,
I am here.
sweet, sweet. Cue the opening, and then we will jump straight into it. All right. Thank you for joining me for another session today. Who would like to do the recap before we jump into a game?
I would.
All right, take us away.
This takes place minutes after Sora had read the page on her bed from Dondo. She takes the quill from behind her ear that Judith lent her and begins writing down a letter. Nanali, Master Hema. Sorry I have not written to you yet. I spent the last 8 months trying to find the academy, and the first week was incredibly chaotic, almost rivaling the wild magic sea itself. But firstly, I hope you are well, and that Tango Terra and the other dragon turtles are in good health. I'm sorry for not telling you about my departure. To be free, you must first let the truth guide you there. And I had to find out who I was, and where Master Zuru had went. But I'll tell you all that another time. Recently, we helped save a water spirit, a great dragon that had been corrupted by some form of darkness my friend Ram Man's old family seemed to be able to control. For privacy reasons, yes, his name is Ram Man. My other friends, Lewis, a cranky old fighter with something haunting him, Phoenix, Judith, this really pretty elf who has taken really cool photos of us. Phoenix, the most intelligent and cool friend with a +1 in the form of a automaton named Jenkins. And I think an automaton means that he talks funny and he's blocky in shape. He has a really great personality. I could not have saved the spirit without them. And we added another member to our family, a baby dragon turtle, who is the son of a Pyrian. I believe he is the key in saving his father. However, we must first balance our darkness first. On the way back to the academy, we were ambushed by these grand, fire-breathing dinosaurs. You should have seen us. They may have been bigger and scarier, but they stood no chance against us united. I dodged so many flames, but I could not dodge my friend. Something took a hold of him, and his power he was gifted from the river spirit was used to nearly kill me. It put this stake in our party. Trust became distant, so I did my best to save it. I told Ram Man that I would help him and find balance, that this did not define him, and that in order for us to reach the end of the year, we would all come to face Orpheus together. It earned back that lightness to him, where he would tell us of this night chapter, the ones that poisoned the river spirit. This was another foe to join the growing mountain of enemies that all stood before the greatest threat of all that awaited us within a year. Strangely, I feel hope regardless. I hope to find a way to share this spark with everyone else. The third year Vata would come to reconcile with me. It made me happy. Master, growing up on the island when I started to become a teenager, there were no one interesting. when I was growing up. No offense to you and the masters, but you're all so old. You especially. I view you as my own mom. Nevada makes me feel a warmness. What many would see as a distant individual, I saw a great warrior, yearning to be an even grander hero with comrades at his side. I hope to be seen as someone like that to him. He has a scar on his neck from an incident with the other third-year Phoenix hangs around. There's something going on with that boy, but it is not my place to pry. We returned home with no issue, got Mello situated with a pond, and alerted the headmaster to the news of our mission and of the night chapter, who was quite concerned from his features. There's a risk that the other teachers may not be here with the best of intentions, but I feel like I can trust him. Everyone would part ways for now, but as I went to my room, I received a package. A jewel from the moon. I don't know if you had always known about my family, but I have only recently discovered it. I believe Dondo is my brother. He is alive, and he beat the crap out of me the first time he saw me. But I didn't really understand him then, and he is my fear to face. I go to meet him again after I write this. So, if the winds decide my fate to turn, I just want you to know that you have my love, Master Hima. May the winds guide us together again, Il and On. Then Sora would fold it together and put it in an envelope and put it in the mailbox. She'd addressed it to the monastery on Turtle Islands, unsure if it would get there, but as she puts it away, she turns to face the path towards the tree and the moon in the distance, and she makes her way.
Excellent. 1d2 plus 1. Really enjoying the character perspective recaps. Thank you. You've got
It
3
was always a great
inspirations.
inspiration for that.
You guys got you got 3 inspirations. So that's awesome. In our games, 3 is the maximum inspiration. Typically, it's 1. We got room for some more love. Now, speaking of a tree, we'll be starting our session today. Let's go to Between the Flames, baby. So, Judith, you set off towards Between the Flames. I'm correct.
Yes.
Anything in particular you want to do there, or are you just checking in with the old boss and the other people?
I left to go pick something up from the shop, but also go check in with Mr. Tuttle. He hasn't responded to what I sent him, and more things have come up that are a little more urgent.
So, when you arrive at Between the Flames, you see Mr. Tuttle on the bench outside. He's eating a sandwich, but it's more like inhaling. You see him sit down, unwrap it, inhale it, stand up, look at you. Judith Bloom, come on, we gotta move fast. And
Yes, Mr. Tuttle, yes.
come on.
Follow in with him.
Where are we on the school reports?
The school reports, it's tough sledding. There's a lot of things that are going wrong in the group, but honestly, I think it's a great showing for a potential story that will be told.
Now, that theory we had about the dead teacher, have you gotten any more information on that? Now, that would make headlines.
There's a little bit more information on that, but I still need to do more research just to make sure that it's all right. You can't just trust a random person here and there. I need something more than just rumors, you know?
Croker, Soot, need you to sit on the school for a little bit longer. Help Judith gather the information she needs. And as he says that, he pulls out a letter. He dips it into the fire, sending it to someone. And Soot and Croker stand up and nod. He screams across the room, Nelson, Lucky, get down to 5th Street Avenue. There's a commotion. And make sure you bring everything you need for photography this time. No excuses. Sorry, Judith, let's get in here and keep talking.
As I pass by Soot and Croker, I just kind of give them a little nod and say, thank you. And I'll close the door behind me.
And you see them, Lucky and Nelson rush out to get to the street, and Soot and Croker are preparing for their assignment. Mr. Tuttle just puts his feet up on the table. So, since you've been at the school, anything in particular stick out to you? And he sees taking notes.
Judith stands at the other side of the desk, her hands kind of behind her back, and she says, "Yeah, honestly, there's many things. Not a lot of information. It kind of goes out to the ordinary people of Zion's Hope, and I think that this is going to be an eye-opening experience. The group that I'm following alone, each one of them is very individual and has something very powerful about what they bring to each story. So I hope you've enjoyed what I've been seeing so far."
Absolutely. And the photos. Man, the photos. This is looking really good, Judith. I always knew you were going to be special here. Hopefully one day you're sitting behind my desk, but I know you would hate to be at the desk. So maybe it's for the better you're out in the field.
Yes, I'm very grateful that you allowed me to do more in the field stuff. I feel like I'm more in my element.
Now, Judith, I know you want to protect these people, and you know me. I may be a story first kind of guy, but I also want to make sure everyone's safe, including the people that work here. But an attack on the scale that's supposed to happen in about 9 months, I'm holding this story back, but I think the people should know if they're in danger, don't you?
I 100% do as well. I just wish that there was something more than just the photos that I have of Palm and the Queen in the mouth that feeds, along with other stories and recounts. But hopefully I can find something else that will give it a little more proof to it, as opposed to just a wild hair. Getting this information out, and we don't know the exact 1-year date, I think is going to might cause some issues. However, there is one more thing. Recently I spoke to Emrat, and he was discussing his group, the Night Chapter. They have a main. They're mainly located in the Moth Morn, I believe, or at least they have one hideout there. It seems like they potentially have been potentially either kidnapping or raising children and into this cult-like business that involves purifying, in quotes, people with blood. It's a very nasty stuff, and if we have anyone in Moth Morn, it'd be great to get some kind of recon done over there. It sounds like it's kind of like a pressing matter that's also tied into what this year until the attack hits.
See. Well, in order to guarantee your safety and theirs, I could assign a team to check this place out. What do you say? Is it worth the risk?
I think so. I think anything that we can do to find is potentially useful. Hopefully they are very discreet, because I know that it's a very dangerous organization, and anything that they tip off that they're not in there for the right reasons might get them killed very quickly.
Joe, Eva, see these two people? They look more like kind of shady reporters. Come inside. They stand in here next to you and they kind of nod to you. Eva goes, "How's it going, darling?"
Hello, Eva. Nice seeing you again. Joe?
Joe just tops his hat, and then you see a flash. When he opens his coat, it's a picture of you and Eva.
That's an interesting way to do it, but still works, I guess.
All right, Eva, Joe, we've got some stuff here. Judith just gave me the details. It's all listed here on this piece of paper. I need both of you to make your way over to Mothmorn. I'm giving you a portal ring. Portal rings are very expensive. Do not use the ring unless your life is in danger. That will teleport you back here. For some reason, it teleports you to the bathroom. We didn't work out the details, but as long as you get out alive. Take the portal ring, get down to Mothmorn, investigate this. Is it Night Chapter or Dark Chapter?
Night Chapter.
Investigate the Night Chapter and report back with all your findings. Be careful, prioritize your life, and as always, make sure the story is full of facts, not opinions. Now get out of here.
As soon as they start to go, I'll kind of like grab Eva a little bit by like the arm, not like kind of a gentle grab, like, and say, "This is incredibly dangerous. Please be safe."
Don't worry, darling. We all have to do what we must do. We chose this work. We're all here because we want to be. Now, with that said, if I don't come back, please make sure Joe destroys all the photos of me. He never takes good ones. I prefer yours.
Sure thing.
And Joe just tips his hat and they set off because work's got to get done. And whenever work gets assigned, it needs to get done now. Tyler goes, do you need any more resources? How are they? Are they actually paying you at this school? You know I don't mind putting you on a higher salary if need be.
Yeah, they're paying us. We received 100 gold for our most recent mission, and I feel fine for now. I will happily let you know if something else comes up. I might need to get. I'm in town now. I'll pick up more paper supplies and inks while I'm here.
Nonsense. He goes in his drawers and he puts paper and ink down.
Thank you. You're too kind, sir. Too kind.
If there's any other chump change supplies, you let me know. Here's 25 GP. It should cover stuff like this in the future.
Thank you. If anything else comes up, I will be sure to let you know.
Excellent. Which reminds me, he drops a note into the fire and he looks outside. All right, everyone, it's lunchtime. You know the drill. You only got 5 minutes, so make it quick. And you see literally everyone pull out stuff under their desk, drop it down. It almost looks like this is a play or performance they practice as they all get out their food and begin eating almost in unison really quickly. Mr. Tyler looks at you and goes, you too. 5 minutes. Get the hell out. He's got a smile on his face. You know, he means good. He's a good guy and he really cares about each of you.
I will. I'll just reach in my pocket and grab like a little small biscuit cracker thing and say, "You got it, sir." And I'll walk out. See everybody. See you all soon.
You see Gento looked at you. Mm-hmm. He's always been kind of jealous of you because you're Mr. Toddle's favorite. There's two names for Mr. Gento, the ugly goblin or the handsome goblin. Whichever you use is up to you.
Judith uses the handsome goblin.
There we go.
Yeah.
Even though he swears you invented the other name.
See ya, handsome. And I'm out of here.
So as you do leave, and you finally get out, you see Soot and Croaker are following behind you. They're asking you 52 questions, but we don't need to go into detail what they are. Right. And by the time you get close to the school, they would split up because they don't want people to realize that you're all together.
I would shoo them off a little bit earlier, only because I want to hit up a shop real quick. I would like, if I can, hit up a shop, and I'm gonna message you, Falcon, to let you know what I'm gonna get, if that's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So they would just walk in the general direction. Once you went out of the general direction to the school, they would have kept going. Wish you luck. Croker would play a song real quick for you on his thing as he walks away, really dramatic, and Soot just kind of flies with fire following her trail. And yeah, you set off to the store. For now, between the flames, well, we'll be back here, I'm sure. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the woods. Except before we go there, we are somewhere else. Give me 1 second to set up your token. Lewis, I know we keep thinking we're going to Sora, but Lewis, you were taken over by Dragon last week, right?
Yep.
Certainly that some kind of implication.
Quite possibly.
You wake up. Here's the thing. Your allies are here with you. Something about this place feels off. You think certainly.
Do I know where I'm at the moment?
Void of nothing. Rock and pillars and stone broken off. The grim feeling like it's time to pay up. You know the dragon put you here. It feels like the mouth that feeds on the deeper, worst.
Damn it.
Alright. Stay close. Don't know what the hell we're gonna run into this place. Wherever the hell that bastard decided to drop us off. And just immediately places a hand on his sword.
The rest of you?
Looks around.
Go ahead, sorry.
Just looks around, trying to gain a general idea of the surroundings.
Wait, while you're looking around, the rest of you are literally here with Lewis at this point in time. This would have happened whenever you eventually each went to sleep. You wake up here, 100%. You don't think it's a dream, though you might consider it that, but it feels real. You can smell this foul odor, like ashes and death, decay on the air. You can feel a harsh wind, really humid and warm here. You can hear echoes and cries, screams, not in a manner where you're like, oh, I gotta go help someone. It feels it's all around you from the void, the nothing. The shadows here are eating at your minds and your bodies. Lewis, you felt like you've been here before, but you know that if you or your allies die here, they'll never wake up.
Real quick, given Phoenix's own issues with dreams, she's kind of questioning this. So I'm gonna say she pinches herself first, looks at her arm, feels it, and then turns around and punches Jenkins, and that hits and that hurts. She's like, oh, where the fuck are we?
This is new.
No,
Is
we're
this-
good.
To Sora, does all this seem familiar to when she saw Hyperion's corrupted well?
Yeah, it feels real similar. It feels like you're in the mouth that feeds. So it feels like that, and then session 1 and 2 when we were in the mouth that feeds. It's deeply disturbing and uncomfortable, and whoever brought you here is extraordinarily powerful.
Well, there's no blood, so either it's the queen or it's someone else's bullshit. Who wants to fess up?
What?
Whose thing is this? Does this look familiar to anybody else?
Not
Well,
me.
It's not Sora's or what she said. It's not mine either. It's too clean.
And Judith just goes and takes a photo of this area over here on the right.
Okay.
Definitely not mine.
But we're all here though, correct? It's not just I like tap Jenkins myself. Wait, why's the fucking robot here? Is that not weird?
Lewis, it sounds like this is leaning into your stuff.
We just gotta find a way out of here.
What
That's all
what
I
is this
know.
place?
Yeah, out of where?
To be honest, I'm familiar, but I'm not
Lewis
fully sure.
Lewis stops talking. You guys asked him that. He stops talking. Lewis, you're in a pitch black room, and creature approaches you and whispers in your ear. It's much smaller, humanoid in nature, almost dragonborn like. He says to you, some, this is a home. Others, prison. He kind of smiles at you, sharp teeth, and walks in front of you. You know me. And you know it's the dragon within you manipulating all this. But you've never seen him look more like a dragonborn. He's always had his massive, draconic, actual full-on dragon look versus a humanoid. So this would be the first time you see him like this. But the rest of you, while you're trying to talk to him, you would literally see his eyes that are already kind of white are more so. and it's you could tell he's spaced out. He's not moving at all, but he's starting to break into a sweat.
Say he had shown Phoenix the shadow rune on his back of his shoulder or whatever before. She wants to come and see if it's lit up, glowing, darker, like anything different on it. Does it seem to be active?
It does. Very simple, faint, but it's more feeling than a visual.
She's gonna nudge Lewis, and if that doesn't break him out of it, like she's not trying to knock him over, just like a smack to wake you up. And if it doesn't, she's gonna point it out to the party. I say, I don't know, but whatever this is, I think this has to do with it.
Does anyone know how to handle a stroke?
I wish it was that easy.
Not without a shovel.
Well, what if we just move him? I'll go up. I'll come up and try to pull him, like pull him out of this little circle thing, and bring him over here.
Jenkins will help you.
You guys move him, and Lewis, in the room that you're talking to this dragonborn creature, the entire room shifts and you're like falling, like your universe just went on its side. While you're falling, you hit the ground pretty hard, and you take 5 psychic damage. And by the time you get to your feet, you could see while you're on the ground still, the dragonborn's feet right in front of you, just standing as though he already moved here somehow, maybe instantaneous, as you get back up.
Why the hell did you bring us here?
You brought them here. Stop fighting, Lewis. Give me your life, your soul. Your friends will be spared. This is my realm now. Too long have I been in yours. Now, you and your friends are mine. You ever wish for them to wake up, forfeit yourself to me. Be the hero you pretend to be.
I already told you a long time ago, I'm not here to be a hero. Just trying to do a little bit of good at least.
And do some good. Save the 4 lives.
We were dropped in here somehow. That means there was a way that we came in. All we need to do is just find the way. It's double back.
Dragonborn walks off into the shadows, and that's when you would see dude, if he would be like literally when you guys moved him, he would have fell over onto you. You're holding you and Jenkins are kind of holding him up when he wakes up.
No. Hey, I'm like, you okay? Like face to face to him.
We gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, well, if you've been here before, lead the way. If not, make a guess.
Real quick, DM, this like yellow thing that's in a glyph of some sort and the green one, did they look different? Like, what do they look like?
Well, they all look for the most part the same, except for the fact that they're giving off the colored auras that you just described, the yellow and green. And without even second guessing it or wondering, you do think they're runes. Rune stones. Each of you have one in here, you'd imagine. And they're giving off light, almost as if to protect you. You have a bad feeling about what happens when you're outside of the rune's light.
Gotcha, thank you.
Try to stay as safe you can down here. I don't know what the hell is gonna happen if we get out, but it can't be anything good.
Given our current
Why not just
situation,
jump off in the drain.
Probably not for the best. Trust
I
me.
do not believe this is a simple dream.
think if we die here, we die wherever we actually are.
Most likely.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
All right, well. Hey, that means we're still on the mission, all right? We'll keep it together. You can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we should reach these rune stones, or
Probably our best bet. Gotta move on.
Phoenix, could I get some of your light?
I love you, Sora, but it's never me that gives you light. It's
I'm
Judith.
sorry, Judith.
Judith reaches up to the quill that's behind your ear, and I'll cast light on it. Probably like now that I'm kind of like reaching up close to you, you kind of see there's a little bit of like a tinge when she does it. Oh, there. Okay, there you go. You're all good.
Thank you very much.
Phoenix is going to reach down to her boots and tighten one of the straps, and her 3-inch platforms are going to expand. Mechanically, I'm casting Long Strider on myself.
Love it.
It lasts for an hour, so she can keep up because this place looks like she does not want to fall behind.
And you put the light on her, correct? Not you, but Judith.
On Sora.
does this look like the water room stone, essentially? Or...
You could see it looks like it's really light. As you can guess, it's either the light rune or water. It could be rain or snow, or it could be pure light, like radiant. But it's tough to tell. There's no indication, and unfortunately, you all feel equally pulled to all of them. Maybe because you guys are still at a level where you're using basic runes, you think that these are really advanced rune stone. That's excellent. Right when you get there, shit is about to get real. Let's all pause because we got a conversation to get.
Oh.
Whoa!
All right, so I do need to know if this one's belly up for you because
God.
it will impact where you are.
Gotcha.
So you arrive here at this beautiful pond, and you can see kind of like a water fountain on top of the water, which is interesting, and lots of blue trees. Originally, he was to the left. He's been jumping through the trees, telling you to keep up. Have you kept up? But I want to know now, even athletics, or if you take to the trees, like he probably expects you to, you can rely on the old good acrobatics.
Okay. She will try acrobatics.
Excellent. You keep up with him beautifully, almost as good as him. And when you get here, he turns around, he looks to you, and he points his staff to you. Who did you tell about our meeting?
No one. I am here by myself.
He lands in front of you and he says, "Idiot." And he swings his weapon right towards your face. But then he before it hits you, he stops. "I'm just kidding. I'm not here to fight."
Sora looks at him for a second. She brings that apple he had gifted to her, bites on it, and then I would like to chuck it at his face. Like full on baseball pitch.
All right, so you try to chuck it right at his face. And when you chuck it at his face, which I made an acrobatics check for, you see him just kind of do like a half step and just goes flying right past him. Ooh. Nice.
I was in my jammies, you ape brain. When you assaulted me, I was in my pajamas. Who does that?
Endo looks at you and he walks over to the water. And he leaps over to this thing. And he just tells you, "Can you jump that far?"
Well, let's see.
Yeah, you got a long jump at 26 from the edge. You could make that. And for the ground to start.
Sora turns and a smile begins to creep on her features after that slightly agitated look. And she does one jump here and then does this second jump where she comes on this almost graceful toe landing on the rim of this fountain as she's looking at him.
He looks at you and he says, I bet you don't even know who I am, do you?
From the visions I've seen, I have an inclination to think we are family.
Well, what made you think that? It seems like he's frustrated that the secret's out, that he wanted to be like gasp you when he says it.
She runs her fingers down her own sideburns.
Oh, I think we have some resemblance.
He touches his sideburns and he goes, yeah, maybe we do. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot. I wasn't sure how powerful you were, or if you'd embarrass me. I wanted to test you out. For the longest, I thought I was the only one who survived. Surely you were taught about the slaughter.
No, Master Zuru took me all the way to the Turtle Islands. I was raised with gentleness and unawareness of what our family had become.
Wait, you're not aware of Ogoboss's plan against our people?
I learned that the night before you came to visit me for the first time.
Sounds like you were raised in weakness.
It is not weak not to be gentle.
You're being hunted. And the only way you're gonna live is if you're a warrior like me. The other night what I saw from you, surprise or not, was pitiful. If you think you can do better now that you're aware, I'm more than willing to show you otherwise. That's the difference between us.
One thing, Dondo. This is the first time I'm actually speaking with someone I never knew if they existed. I had spent a long time thinking I was alone and unwanted. Could I hug you?
He looks at you and he goes, you see, he turns around for half a second, keeping one eye on you. No, she's too weak. There's no way she knows Stunning Strike. He goes, fine, but make it quick. One of those light little tap hugs.
It's a quick flash. She just steps in, wraps her arms around his waist, hugs him really tight, and then steps back really fast.
Sorry.
He doesn't like really hug you back. His arms are leveled above your shoulders, but they're just kind of flopping in the air, and he looks, you can't really see his face, but he's got this surprised look on his face. And then when you take a step back, he tells you, he goes, listen, all my life I wondered who you were and what you'd be like. When I heard about a monkey girl in the academy, I said, what the hell? I'll check it out. I was surprised to see it was you. I really am sorry for hitting you. But that's the last time I'm apologizing about it, or I'm gonna hit you again.
Well, what it's worth, you hit really hard. It's really impressive.
My father, Zanzu's been training me since youth to fight Ogobaz. He said one day he will come and finish our line. Our family banished Ogobaz to the mouth that feeds many years ago, where he was imprisoned and tortured for some 30, 40, 50, I don't know how to count that high. It was a long time. All I know is that he took a vow to kill every single one of us when he got out. And there's only 2 of us left. We're the last line of our family. We are the Ako. I am Dondo Ako. What is your name?
Ako. This is the first time I've heard that. Nana Lee. I am Sora of the Turtle Islands.
No, you're Sora Ako. because we are blood, and that is our name.
She kind of gets this mixed look on her face, and she looks down into the water. I wish I could carry that yet, but you were right the first night. I'm not worthy of our name just yet. There are many people I have to protect, a darkness to face in 9 months. I feel like I'm not ready to be called Akko just yet. But she would turn back to him. Maybe I can rely on your strength, and I could be worthy one day.
And train you. No way in hell I'm letting some ugly ape tear the rest of my family apart. You're all I've got. Listen, I'm raised on tough love, baby. I fight, I live, I eat, I train, I repeat. But there's room for family. I've never had it, and it seems like you had too much of it. I was raised to be a warrior. You were raised love and caring. Teach me. I want to be a people's person. Teach me your ways, I'll teach you mine. I study the wave of the monkey king. He does a spin and jumps and leaps into the tree, and there's 6 of him. When he turns around, you can almost get confused as it's a bunch of him. And then he looks at you and he just goes, do we have a deal or what?
Sora would chase after to the point of that fountain, where she'd kick up her staff and stand upon it as what she knows so far of the way of the Monkey King, looking at him. Very well. I shall learn to be a warrior from you, and I shall show you. And she digs into her pocket and brings out the picture, his name is escaping me all of a sudden.
Ogoboss or your master?
The 3rd year that we journeyed with the water spirit. She takes out the picture from Vada, unfurls it to show the drawing of her with Vada. I'll show you how to get game.
I knew that guy. Fought him once. He's tough. Don't bring me up, by the way.
Very well. I shall respect your privacy. I'm learning about that from Ram Man.
So you were raised on the Turtle Islands?
Yes, I was raised upon Tango Terra himself. There are nights where I'd quite miss, where when the waves weren't so chaotic, you could almost hear his heartbeat lull you to sleep.
Listen, I don't have much time. If I stay here too long, Zanzu will get worried. I've been in the area for a while. We're gonna be in the area for a while. I'll train you. You teach me to be nice, he says begrudgingly.
I think you are making excellent steps so far.
Now, you got my little gift package. I couldn't put my name on it.
She takes a little cord where the jewel is attached to the end out of her pocket and raises it up to him. I like it quite a lot. It's very pretty.
Listen, Sora. That is not just some random rock. That is our lineage, our family. You are ready, break it. But do not do it until you are ready. You're not just some rune warrior like the rest of those crappy kids at that school. You come from the family of the Akko. Within that is our family rune. Keep it safe. Let no one touch it. One day the moon will be your power. He turns around, and when he does, you see him, he looks up to the moon and jumps into this clearing. He expands really large and looks extraordinarily muscular, but just as nimble. This is our family rune. We are the great apes of old. And then he kind of becomes smaller again. If you're not ready for that when you break it, it'll be wasted. Gone forever.
She would leap across the pond, coming through the clearing up to him. I will know the moment when it comes. I will not fail you, brother.
All right, now listen. This is enough lovey-dovey stuff for me. So what I'm gonna say is, get the hell out of here.
One more hug.
Air hug. No touching. Last time I felt weird. Felt like I cared about you, and I certainly don't.
She does a motion with her arms as if she's hugging him again. Ila nan, Tondo.
Yeah. Illa pond.
Close enough. I'll see you soon.
Maybe, or maybe you'll never see him again. Let's go back to where we were. All right, excellent. So then you did make it here, Sora. You didn't get killed or beat up, at least not yet. Now, Emra, you crossed that bridge. I want you to tell me one thing you're doing. Obviously, you're being cautious, but something you're focusing on right now and you're doing, and then I'm going to tell you about all this bad shit that just.
Awesome. So I was planning to get like right here, or rather right here, and get a running start to jump here and then here.
Excellent. When you go get a running start to jump right here, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty. And I'll use my inspiration too. Shit, gotta open up my sheet.
No worries. You avoid it. Something swings by and tries to clip you with its wings right as you land here. All your allies get primed for what's next, but landing on the bridge and screaming, kind of a wretched growl, are 3 baby dragons. And let's go ahead and fight for our lives. They may be babies. Lewis, you know they're still dragons. Emra, almost classically, you both made that jump and are the first to act.
Alrighty.
By the way, just to set the scene of the dragons, when they do fly in and they land and they kind of make that like really wretched kind of screech, you kind of get the feel of like Lion King, the 3 hyenas. They seem like really aggressive, but they're also smaller and feel small at times compared to older dragons. But that's how you would feel seeing them right now.
Mufasa. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way over to this baby dragon. I'm gonna attack. Here we go.
Just looks at you and it's growling and snapping as you come at it.
There you go. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to hit them. 17.
Gotcha. Then I'll use the dagger as well. Cool.
Oh yeah, you're fighting real good. So you dive across the bridge, roll, and immediately start assailing the first wormling that tries to kill you.
Don't like hitting kids, but fuck it.
Lewis, this one looked at you and they're small, but they're also prepared. It's going to blow its acid breath onto you and Judith.
Got it.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you and Judith. DC 11.
What? It's not good. I'm going to use. Did we have a long rest since last time?
Yeah, you guys would have wanted to sleep and this would have happened, so you guys would have got it longer.
Okay, so I have everything in that case. I'm gonna activate Aaron's Excellence so that Judith can reroll.
Okay.
We're gonna need every bit of HP down here.
Dexterity.
Excellent. Here's the part where I feed to you guys exactly what you're dealing with, even though they're young. But I might add, I rolled pretty good. A lot of shiny green stuff on my roll. Lewis, you immediately take 32 acid damage. Judith, you take 16.
I say, seeing this wormling just release a huge amount of acid, his instincts seem to take over as he just like extends out his left arm, that's his organic arm, as most as he can, and just tries to cover as much surface area to absorb most of the blow, so that Judith could survive it. But he isn't able to endure his wounds. He is downed.
You kind of step in front of, visually, you're like you're saying, you step in front of Judith to get the bulk of the explosion. Judith, as you watch Lewis fall, the wormling speaks. So now we know they speak kind of common, and it just says to you, "You all die here. You'll never wait. We will. Your bodies are ours, and it's all because of him." He points to them. They seem to want your bodies. If you don't wake up, don't worry, you'll still get to live. In a way that it moves closer to you, Judith. It looks like it's getting ready to pipe up its breath down this bridge. Of course, it can't do that right now, though. Sora, you just saw that these small packages are packing quite the wallop with their breath weapon.
Yep, Sora is going to cartwheel over the side here. Going to interpose herself over Lewis for now. And going to take a staff swing at the shadow wormling in front of Judith. A two-handed. There it is.
Yeah, that hits. I mean, you guys have been critting the crap of these little dragons.
Hell yeah.
Alright, that is going to be another 8, so 9.
Plus 6?
So 16, I think? Yeah,
Okay,
so 16. 16 bludgeoning, whapping it under the chin there. Sora's going to use her bonus action to spend a key point for patient defense.
Bad idea.
EOT.
Phoenix.
Very glad she has activated Longstrider. She is going to back the hell up. As she passes Jenkins, she will tell him, "Get in there and help." And that is her bonus action. He will try to distract that wormling, giving the help action to whoever hits it next, giving them advantage. And she will take aim. I know I don't have a entirely clear shot. Judith's kind of there, but she's gonna try
Whoa.
to hit. No, she ain't aiming at you. She's aiming at the wormling, but
You probably considered it. No, I'm just joking.
she missed. See, she's being so careful.
Well,
not
what
to
did you
hit
have given yourself help, or do you have to act after Jenkins?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, cool. Jenkins distracts him. Give me advantage. Let's see. Nope.
Oof. Well, you never know. It's 50-50 with a +7.
Yep. We will say one flies by Judith's head, not on purpose, but we'll see what Judith wants to make of it.
I think that you're trying to kill me.
This one flies over, seeing you break away from the pack, and blows its breath weapon on just you, Phoenix.
Wait. Puppetry. My reaction.
Oh, nice. What do I have to do?
I gotta read it to remember. Strength saving throw. If they fail it, then they have to move half its speed in a different direction.
Oof, they break right through the binds, the puppetry. DC, they got 17 on the side.
Well, I tried.
Oh yeah, and
Worth a shot.
you certainly surprised it. I will say, really happy you did this, that the DC for your puppetry was actually a 15 in this play. And you would have saw a dramatic glow on one of the rooms. Where'd I put you, Shadow Boy? In the top left corner, you would see that thing illuminates massive light for a second.
Ooh, the green one or the red one?
On the top left, yeah, the darker one. It
Cool.
it sheds out bright light, empowering your puppetry. Unfortunately, they get a 17, but you're getting the idea that these runes here are gonna bolster any rune powers you have. You also feel like you have additional use of your rune abilities. As you kind of can feel your runes, that's why you guys know that you only can do something twice or 3 times or whatever. You still feel like you've got enough energy in you to produce it an additional time. Anyways, it is going to spew its breath weapon. You got to live to get to the cool parts.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Dex save.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No worries. Guys, that first roll, the 30 something, was really high. Then you take 18 on a failure. This is a normal one.
Oh, okay.
When I rolled it on, I was like, oh no.
It's Cash and Lewis's check early.
Yeah, it was like a really high roll. A lot of max dice. So anyways, you get exploded for 18 acid, and Judith, was yours.
Okay, so there's this wormling that's right up in my face, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I am going to reach behind my back and grab one of my old quills that I don't use anymore, for writing at least, and I'm going to stab it. I'm going to stab into it. I'm going to use my one of my session recaps to re-roll it. Oh no, I can't do that. Never mind.
It's advantage, but I'll let you do it since I know we have different
It's
rules.
okay. It's okay. I've been playing long enough. I should know the rules. It's all good.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to, as I'm tussling with this wormling, I'm going to bardic inspiration. No, I'm going to healing word and say, "Get up, Lewis. This is your shit." And I'm going to healing word at 2nd level.
All right.
For 8.
Lewis.
All right. Lewis just like feeling his wounds start to heal up, the acid just like starting to slide off of his body, is able to just barely gain enough consciousness. They have nothing to do with this, as he just gets to his feet and goes for an uppercut slice against the wormling.
It hits. Describe the kill.
As Lewis just like pushes off of his foot, just jutting as much force into it as possible, it cuts into the chest of the wormling first, as it seems to just stop against the hardness of the scales before he lets out a loud scream that just resonates throughout the area and tears throughout the neck of it.
It gurgles before it dramatically lifts up with its wings on its back arms, falls.
Damn it. Damn dragon. And he just starts to notice the phoenix in the back. And also Amrut facing the other one, and he just doesn't really know what direction to go, but he just makes enough space for everybody to try to get moving.
It breathes his breath weapon onto Emma. Be a dex save.
Want inspiration for this?
Oh, you're
Okay.
fine.
You take 12 acid brought down from 24 as it spews its breath onto you.
All right.
Just breathes it out. Or it just kind of like dances around you, landing behind you. It just kind of eggs you on, snapping at your ankles.
Wow. I only crit with the dagger, apparently. Good or bad? I get him with the scimitar, though. We're still in it.
All right. Yeah, you cut him the first time. It really hurts, but Sora, you're up.
Sora will see Phoenix being harassed by the other one. She's going to shout, "Leave my friend alone, you scaly bastard!" And it's going to jump over the bridge, run across. With her bonus action, she will go onto her staff and swing out at advantage at this creature.
That hits.
For 5 bludgeoning, and I'm now on my staff.
Awesome. Phoenix.
Bonus action. Jenkins, get over here. Because he's got to go through difficult terrain, he will end up using the dash action to get between her and the wormling. She's going to back away. I realize that is an opportunity attack.
Right, tries to snap at you with his teeth. 19.
Reaction of Jenkins to give him disadvantage.
Still hits, unfortunately.
Damn!
It's a 19 over a 20.
Damn!
9 piercing, 2 acid. 11 damage total. And you can continue.
Use more of her movement. She will take a shot at it. And miss. She's not doing so good in here.
Well, you feel the environment is quite negative. That could help. All right, let's see if he refreshes his breath weapon, because that would suck, but it would use its best ability. Luckily, it does not. It's forced into a biting match. Does it bite Sora or does it bite Jenkins? Let's roll a d2. Top down, left, right, you know the drill. Sora, set of teeth coming at you, but you're on your staff, so it's a disadvantage. Thank God for disadvantage, turning a 23 into a 16. Well done.
Yes, as the bite comes, Sora plants her palm at the top of the staff and pushes herself up and is like doing like a gymnastics type of position as it just clears her space, and she just sticks her tongue out at it. Yeah.
Your body will be mine.
Gross.
Judith.
All right, Judith will, seeing Amrit being attacked by this thing, I'll move over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do I feel? Does any of these? What do these runes mean for me? Like, do I feel? Is there anything to them, or can I tell which one this one is?
Religion.
Okay.
Or counter stat.
No, I have. It's usually good, but well, it can be good. But
If you had to guess, you think this is water. Should make the one on the bottom right light.
okay, I would say, Emma, this is just a guess, but I think your water one is behind me. And as Amrit looks, I'm going to firebolt the shadow wormling thing. Far Inferna.
Hell yeah.
Nice. That's
Ooh,
exactly how many hit points it has. Describe the kill. It dives for Amra and you take it out.
Right as Amrit looks at me after I'm yelling at him, and it starts to dive, I realize that I've screwed him because now he's taking his eyes off the target. So when I shoot my blessing from far inferno at him, it just like, and like this flaming flesh just like explodes and falls down around you. Sorry, I think we should flip. That's my turn.
Lewis.
All right. Seeing as that one is taken care of, Lewis starts making his way toward Zora and Jenkins. Oh my gosh, I can't actually go past you guys. Crepe.
Yeah, that was my bad. I need to position a bit better.
No worries, man. Did we see the range of the fire breath, or I mean acid breath earlier?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone. Cone. So typically it's one out, and then it goes like this. This is how like burning hands and stuff.
Okay.
But one forward, and then it expands like that.
That case, Lewis is going to go up to here, drop his rusted sword, and pull out a hand axe and just tosses it at the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Pretty sure I pressed it.
Yeah, just give it a second sometimes. There it is.
There we go.
Nice.
Ignore the rolling on that, so just
okay.
9.
But I asked it.
Yep. Yeah, if that thing refreshes its fire breath, it's gonna catch both of us. So he's gonna take one step back, just to be just outside the range. I won't be able to help with rerolls if it happens, but I get the feeling that this thing might end going toward me. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Amrit.
Yeah, that's a weird request. Then he does a flip, a back flip. Oh, you mean like switch places? Fuck. And then he will run back here and jump.
You mean athletics?
Alrighty. Should I? Nah, fuck it.
Is there anything I can do to help, like use my reaction to help grab him? Or
Well, he makes it with flying colors, but if he was gonna fall, I would have let you.
okay, thanks.
You would have slipped that. You get a chance to sleight of hand. So you land right in front of Judith flawlessly. Really nice jump. Continue.
Alrighty, and I'll make my way up to this room to see if I can interact with it in any way.
You can. Once you get up next to it, which I believe you have the movement for, you feel your spear is stronger. I've already kind of stressed this with Phoenix's puppetry. You think the range on it has doubled, and you think that you have an additional use of it. Also, while you're standing within 5 feet of this rune symbol, your own armor class is improved. Right now, you don't have
Well, y'all better
13 armor
watch the
class.
fuck out.
You got 60.
Alrighty. And that's just while I'm like, how close do I have to be to have that armor class?
Within
Rather
5
than,
feet of it. The other features you have while you are within 15 to 30 feet of it, it varies how powerful it is. But yeah, you're while you're within 5 feet, you get the armor.
Gotcha. I'm gonna stay right there, sir.
So
Sora's going to vault with her staff to the 10 feet right here, taking a swing along the way in like a twirling manner.
you hit it.
11 bludgeoning.
You hit it real hard. Is in a world of pain.
And then bonus action, she's going to jut out her fist and try and land a finishing blow.
Do exactly that. Take us out of this fight.
Yeah, so Sora pushes her foot against the staff and vaults. Using that momentum, she carries herself up, swinging the staff, launching the wormling up from the initial hit, and then she curls around and just haymakers this thing off the ledge.
Catch your breath and look around you. These are just the small fry here, probably trying to make a name for themselves. Don't want to be in this place too long. This was literally the least of your.
Are you okay, Phoenix?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm always
She's
here for you.
going to reach down and cast a Cure Wounds on herself.
Emerald, how do you feel?
I'm fine. What about you? You alright?
Oh yeah, I just have blood spilling all over my clothes. I think I have a potion here somewhere.
Yeah, you get used to it.
I'm gonna use Emerald's potion of healing. Oh, no, I think I used that one. So all I have is a regular potion. I'm gonna use it.
I don't know if we're taking votes, but I kind of like to go to the top left.
You
Judging by the
believe?
fact there's 6 of them.
Do you believe the answer may lie in going to the matching runes, like with the Ettins?
I think it's the best idea we have with the information we have.
Well, Amrit went to the went to the water rune, and he didn't get zapped out of here. So maybe there's something else to it. Maybe these are just little boons within this place. Maybe there's another exit.
Yeah, it seems like all they do is amplify our abilities. Which is good in a pinch, but it's not a fucking door.
No, but I'd like to see if it'll amplify mine permanently.
Sure.
I'm not gonna use my inside voice, but that sounds very creepy in a place like this, in this situation right now, Phoenix.
You judge me, I don't give a shit.
I mean,
Okay, you go to your top left, and I'll continue looking for a way out of here.
Okay.
And Phoenix or Judith is going to start moving up this way.
Well, we should split up. It's probably not the best idea.
Oh shit.
Sorry, I see you tangled between two paths as Emmerich calls out to Judith to hold on now. So you're like going to the left and going to the right. You're in the middle of this. You see that, and you look at Lewis and all this other stuff. We need this group to be together. None of us is getting out of here alive. What is going through your mind, Sora? What do you do?
Zora lost a family before she could even remember them. She knows we need to stick together throughout this entire year, not just today. So as Judith gets further away, everyone just hears Sora yell at the top of her lungs, "Stop it! Enough! We will not all live through this if we all fight each other."
I just said if we were taking votes, that's all. Obviously we're not, so lead the way.
You are
Judith.
all my family. Please, we need to stick together or we all die.
Judith just comes back a little bit and says, "We're not here just for your power, just to boost any kind of rune things that you might have. Just stay focused on that, please. I'm not trying to die in this weird fucking shadow realm here, okay?"
Wow, there is so much there. I ain't even gonna touch it. You have your own issues you gotta work through.
No,
Yeah, I have enough, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna get out of here, then let's not go straight for your own power up, okay?
That thing almost one-shotted me like it did Lewis. I thought getting a power-up would help us get the hell out of here.
Potentially, or it's just a way to help guide you to somewhere else where you're gonna end up dying. If there's a way out, I say I'd rather go for the vote to get out than a power up.
Because Amrit went to his rune and got transported to a place to almost dying?
He didn't. What are you talking about? He didn't.
You just insinuated that if I go to my shadow rune, I'm going to be transported to someplace and die.
No, I'm saying where we're at right now. We might die here. I almost died a second ago if it wasn't for Lewis's help. Oh, great.
Yeah, we are miscommunicating. Let's just go.
Well,
And then there's
I
all
would-
these.
Like,
I would love for you guys to just go, but first we gotta just go into initiative.
Damn
oh
it!
gods.
See these shadows form. First one looks at you, Lewis, and tries to grab your foot. Says something to you, but you can't understand him. Looks like he swiped out at your foot. This one hovers behind you, Judith. It tries to put its hands on your shoulders and it whispers something into your ear. When it does whisper something into your ear, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I am for sure going to use an inspiration here.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit.
Your eyes kind of widen and the creature jumps into your body. And, well, I'll continue when it happens on your turn.
oh boy.
Remember, you would see that this shade over here literally jumped into Amaret's ear, like just getting swallowed up like water running down a drain. And Judith looks different. And I do mean that. Her really epic red hair is purple at this point. You can continue.
Okay. Actually, before that, did I hear what the shadow said to, or the shades said to Lewis? So I maybe
Excellent,
understand that.
excellent. What languages do you speak?
Common, deep speech, and then infernal.
And Lewis, what languages do you speak?
Common and dwarvish, so definitely not.
So the two of you do not hear what they say. It's actually on a language neither of you have.
Before it was dwarfish.
Imagine.
Shit. Fuck. You're fucked up. Judas is fucked up.
Judith is dead.
Wait, so it's inhabiting Judith's body, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see it's pretty
I'm glad I
obvious because her
clarified.
hair darkened to this purplish, dark purple hair. It almost looks black because this place is pretty dark, but you could tell with the little bit of light from the room that it's just a really dark purple.
Amber, do it. Don't fucking.
I'm not gonna hold you. I always really want to throw a fucking rock.
No, like, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. Like, don't worry about me.
What? It is.
Well,
it
maybe
is-
the character's worried about you. That's important.
Mm, I'm gonna let that rock for now. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just gonna fight a different one and see what happens there. I'll throw a rhyme spear because I have two. I'll throw one at the one pulling down Lewis. Let's see here. That is. Here it is. Okay. Oh, I don't think
Ah,
it's plus
damn.
seven.
Whew. Hefty.
Well, it's a plus 5.
It's plus 5 at my level.
Yeah,
but you
but
still
it's a
probably
you
did
have
it.
the +2 from being with the rune earlier, so it is +7 actually. In this particular case, not a permanent boost.
Oh.
Just like with, if you remember, puppetry's DC was boosted by 2. So anyways, yeah, unless this creature has 23 armor class, you also knock his armor class by 2. So, you obliterate Exodia Kaibo style this shade.
Oh, well, it feels good when it's the right person. Shit. And then I will bonus action. Really make sure it's not a. Rhyme Spear is an action, correct?
Yeah. One interesting thing about Ryan Spears, when you hit the shade, it kind of looked like he kind of turned him into a Beyblade, how it spins the opponent's body.
Oh, that's cool. I will use my celestial ability to heal Lewis a little bit as well, and that's my turn.
Okay. Judith,
Yes.
a fun thing in 5th edition called agency. And at this particular moment in time, you don't have a lot of it. That's okay. We're going to get it back to you as soon as we can. You speak. And it's not really you, of course. It's the shade. The shade sees Amrit obliterate the creature. And the shade speaks up. It's enough. We are not your enemies. What do you say, Amrit, as she looks at you because you just obliterated one of them? Yeah, anyone proficient in insight can make a check. Otherwise, it's your best guess.
I'll use an inspiration.
Inciting my end.
Remember, you gotta be proficient if you guys are making.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all insight. Sorry, you think that she's telling the truth? It doesn't make you your ally, but she's not your enemy at the moment. And as Judith is sitting there, Judith, you are seeing through your eyes, much like we are seeing our screens right now. Everything going on in front of you, you're able to process it, but you have none of the controls behind it. Movie's playing out, however the movie was screened. And while you are watching it, you want to give us some insight to you, like within your own head, kind of trapped, what's going through your mind?
This is incredible. Judith at first is just kind of like blown away and kind of like just taking it all in and like looking around, like looking behind her and stuff like that. And can I feel like I can do anything? Or not?
Moment?
Okay, no.
No, you don't. You think that the earliest you could is probably like an end of turn save.
Yeah. At first it feels amazing, and then once I realize I can't do anything and I can't speak and I can't do, and like I tried to like use a firebolt to to kind of like speak to Fire Inferno a little bit, and then I start freaking out. I'm like, God.
So Amrit, as he's looking at you, he tells you, "We are slaves to the plane, the fragmented world of the Shadow Rune, deep in the mouth that feeds, the grave of the old dragon. We are not your enemy. We merely heard a commotion and came to check it out. We cannot speak. We can only whisper in shadowy words. That is why I had to take over your friend's body. I'll give her back to you. But you must keep quiet here. You are not safe." And before she leaves the body, she lifts up her hands. Something about taking over a creature, we can understand them a bit more. And she photographies herself. And then the purple hair fades back to red as the creature leaves its body at the end of the turn. So Judith, before Sora goes, unfortunately we have a turn because she would leave your body at the end and you would just automatically break out at that point.
Okay.
But now that you're back, you're just sitting there holding a photo of you with purple hair.
Okay, that was weird.
That was weird. Now, Sora, they said they're not your enemies. This fight can continue, or if we all mutually agree, we can get out of initiative.
Sora is pretty sure these things don't mean any harm from the way they're acting and speaking, because they had the chance to do actual harm and they didn't do it. So she spins her staff and puts it on her back and bows to the shade. Nanali, I am Sora. I hope you can get me out of here. I have places to be, after all.
Being of the Shadow Rune, Phoenix is hoping she'll be able to hear one of these living shades and their whispers. So she's going to approach this one, no weapons drawn, and ask, "Can you show us the way out of here?"
God, but you do not understand me.
Did I actually understand it though?
Yeah, they've been chattering, but they just assume you guys don't hear them. But they've been chattering and understanding you guys.
But contrary, I believe I do understand you.
The way out is through the dragon's hoard. We cannot approach that far. We will betray you. Your journey lies to the north. Deep, deep, deep north. When you see the horde, it will be unmistakable.
Thank you for your honesty and your help.
The way out may not be simple to pursue. Through the dragon's mouth, one must travel.
I think I understand. If not, I guess I'll figure it out.
Lois seems a bit hesitant at first, not really able to read the shadows, but his eyes just kind of trail between Phoenix and Judith, and his mind flashes back to those brief moments with them before he just takes a deep breath out. All right. And sheaths his blade.
Amrit, since you would have been next, what is your take on this? Before we go back to everyone's free for all.
Emmerich sees that everyone's like readying down. He'll also lower his weapons, but we'll keep an eye on the one next to Judith just in case. All right. I guess show us the way.
Shadowy figure on the floor nods, as though it's willing to show you the path. But it did urge you guys a little bit more quiet. You have few friends here, and after Emerald went, even fewer.
Sorry.
Oh, the bridges are actually broken over here this way anyways.
The shade is flying around the ruin to the north, pointing up. He's pointing up to the right. And you see her move and her body disappears. And you see these kind of floating stones on the map. They solidify briefly, and there's kind of like a shadowy bridge. It's kind of making like a bridge for you. You don't think it could hold multiple creatures, so one at a time is probably best to pile through.
Sora will go ahead and take a leap over it so people can start moving on their own.
As everyone starts to move up, Judith will look down at this rune over here, give it, and she kind of has like a look that you've never seen before, and then she will just kind of scoff and keep moving.
Here goes nothing.
Feels weird, almost like Jello, but a bit thicker, as in the sense that you kind of sink into it, like it's not a solid, but you're able to move across it fast enough.
Just like that bridge in Toy Story 2 at the beginning.
There you go.
Once Amrit is off of it, then Phoenix will attempt to cross, and she will tell it thank you as she goes across.
She, realizing that you can communicate with it, goes, "This is as far as I can go. Your journey lies to the north. You must be careful. Any further, I will become an enemy. Do not wish this."
Yes, please go in peace. Thank you.
Jenkins was a bit heavy. She's like, "Oh."
Oh, maybe he should have jumped.
Lewis, seeing Judith kind of lag behind a little bit, just looks toward her and just subtly nods his head toward direction of the shade.
Yeah, come
Ladies
on, old
first.
man. I'm right behind you.
Something happens, I'd rather be able to catch you.
Okay.
Lewis, the bridge, it's been holding up till now. As you cross it, it still holds up. Continue.
God damn it, okay.
Look for a dragon's hoard or a dragon's mouth. That is the way out of here.
What rune does this one look like it could be?
As you get closer to it, you feel not your rune, but the powers of the lady you serve.
Oh.
Fire.
Lewis, you might want to. This. I think this one's yours if you need it.
We're gonna need it. As he just places a hand on the rune.
Your body catches fire, and you are healing. What?
I'm taking a photo of this section so I can see what it looks like and how it's working.
The fire of life pours into your body. Fire is largely deemed or considered destruction. But most fire rune users are able to produce a tiny bit of a heal, like a phoenix rebirth. This is leaning into that, giving you a phoenix rebirth. You're healing 13 hit points.
Oof. As the healing effect starts to take over and just crawls across his body, sealing up his wounds, he just takes a deep breath and leans into the effect of the flames as he's going to expend the use of his once-a-day fire rune heal. Just adding to the effect slightly.
Certainly, and that's the exact effect that it dramatically. Yeah. Fire rune.
Glad to see you found your Bengay, old man.
My what?
Nothing.
Alright.
Some Turtle
We'll try to keep moving.
Indeed.
I suppose jumping this we have to make a check.
Athletics, yeah. Fall into the void and come with a new character next.
Before, oh, it's already happened.
Yeah, you're like about to do something. Phoenix, jumps across.
Because what I was about to do
Jenkins,
was
you'll need it more.
do my long jump to at least assist you.
So I'm sorry, I assumed 17 was fine. Is 13 okay for Jenkins?
Yes. By the way, from this gap over here, these two little ledges, the DC is only 5, but there's certainly a chance you can roll a 1 or a 2 and die. So we do need everyone to make this check. Right now, I would wait because there's no room for the jumps. If you make a check, I'm just gonna assume you're piling on that one little rock.
So gotta do it again.
Question is to there or to there?
Phoenix was gonna go forward, but if you point it out,
They did say far to the north, right?
well,
Jumping.
I see the dragon's hoard to the north, but the thing is there might be an easier path over that way.
Just go ahead and tell me where to go, and I'll at least get there first so I can save you if you fall.
I
Phoenix,
appreciate that. Yeah.
you will notice that there seems to be convenient skipping stones. You think it'd be an acrobatics check to skip across these stones. A DC 5 is all it's needed, or of less likely chance of one failure causing you your life to lose your life. More like getting hurt.
How about from that stone? Whoops, wrong thing. From where that leads to back over here, though, can I see any stones going that way? Because that's a farther jump than this is.
Well, from what you can make out of this island here, you think that it probably keeps connecting.
Right.
You think that this is a trail that most people would miss, that there is an actual trail leading through here.
She will point this way to Sora and say, I believe you can do that, no problem. I'm going to take the long way.
Go ahead and step here so I have a bit of a head start.
She's going to be using the stones to get across.
Good at acrobatics. You make it across, and you can move Jenkins. All right, well, big boy Amrit. Amrit, you jump.
No!
The moment you
Ain't no
jump
fucking way.
and fall into the void, and you're like
Hold up.
screaming. Good.
As he's about to make the jump, I notice that his footing is a little bit off, and Lewis just like catches him by his shoulder, and you kind of just feel your legs start to slip a little bit. Yeah, you might want to get a more of a start on that. Errant excellence.
Fuck.
Thank God for you, Lewis. I know we give you all kinds of shit, but you have saved our bacon a couple times.
Honestly, I'm so happy I took this class, man.
And take my inspiration, Amrud, for your next roll, please.
I'm so happy you took it too, because for
God.
the longest I was like, man, my old veteran sucks. No one plays it. But it was just a sleeper greatness this whole time.
Honestly, just getting the right concept going.
All right, well, you know their athletics. Amrit.
All right.
Please do.
I gave you my inspiration as well.
I'm gonna roll like a 7 max. What the? Okay.
Thank God.
Oh, thank gods.
You make it, Amrit. Oh, did I have a description for you, Amrit?
Yeah, I've been like, you don't know how much I've been paying attention to my positioning.
Good, extra layer
It's
of
like all
things.
times.
That's nice though. It keeps you involved.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Who's making the jump next? You can watch Judith or Amrit. You got a sweating after a jump like that.
Yes. Thanks. Whoa. I slipped.
No problem. Lewis makes the jump.
Easy.
Gonna make a little bit of room for Judith.
Okay. Athletics, huh?
Yeah, for jumps, yeah.
You want my inspiration?
No. I'm just gonna say, Lewis, keep your hand out, okay? And
Got it.
Make it.
You're good.
oh,
Phoenix is going to continue up this way.
Right? Acrobatics. This DC literally you can only fall in this cluster of rocks if you roll a 1. It's a heavy cluster.
hey, Sword, is there like something you can just tie a rock to, or tie a rope to? We can just jump over this way.
She takes a look. Do the crystals look cemented enough in the rock to be used?
The ones that are floating, they look like they're almost stuck in place, which is why For example, Phoenix is able to jump on these and they don't just fall out of the sky.
Okay, she's going to take her hempen rope and tie it around one of these heftier looking floating rocks and throws it over to Lewis and Amru.
Now you guys have the choice of athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Make it climb across the rope, balancing as best you can.
Thank you, Sora.
No problem, Judy.
Holy
Judy?
smokes. Holy smokes.
Alright, you're good.
I take a photo.
You can do it, old
And
man.
your running start. Hops with his legs.
Alright, all of you make it across. Phoenix scouted the other section a little bit. Before you, mentioned Dragon's Horde. And a body, Lewis, that you feel is quite familiar. Needless to say. You can't see it too well, but the wing alone. You think you know who died on this one.
God damn it. They're close.
Eh?
Phoenix is gonna approach towards the mouth. She's looking for an obvious trap, or maybe not obvious, trap door or a light or anything that would give her the hint of an exit.
Investigation. Once you're a little bit closer.
Can I help her? Since I'm over here.
Sure. Both are just kind of scoping the scene. You got advantage, Phoenix. Thus, Judith is better. Only one of you roll.
I'm helping her. It's okay.
Okay, so Phoenix either.
Geek.
It's not amazing, but with the information provided by the shades, it's not too difficult. So you guys, two things. One, you can hear something rotating in its throat area. Sounds kind of like Amrat's spear that you guys would have heard in the previous fight, like a wind tunnel. You know this creature is only bones. Two, if you ever saw the movie Aladdin, when the tiger's head comes out of the sand, this thing's head forms with gold, giving it its skin. The entire dragon is covered in gold briefly of coins, and its mouth opens and just says to you, "This will be not only my grave, but also yours." And from its mouth, which you can literally see all of you sleeping in your respective rooms, coming down is this dark tunnel of its throat. Why? A smaller dragon built of him. You think a portion of him. And we're about to roll initiative. But I warn you, the amount of energy you feel from this golem says to each of you, this thing is more powerful than if you were attacked by 10 of those wormlings. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. See you all soon.
God damn it.
I'm going home.
Trying to, yes.
You almost
Well,
did.
trying to.
I like you busy in, but your character's gonna get us killed.
Yeah.
So we have to get its mouth to open and leave, right?
Or is it? Its mouth
I
is already
think its
open. We
mouth
just have to like run
opened.
past it.
Yeah, its mouth is already open here.
Okay, we just gotta book it. Just.
Now is the time to roll high on initiative.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll see you all in about 10 minutes. In the meantime, for the viewers, you guys can enjoy our We'll Be Right Back stream with facts about our world. Players might be chatting too. Maybe get it somewhere. Not. See you all in about 9 minutes.
I'm gonna
That's
step out
good.
for a second.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I am so happy we have rerolls.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that fight would have been... That would have taken me and you down in the first,
Oh, yeah.
first go.
That thing was fucking... Oh, that was a high roll.
Oh, like deck saves. I mean, I got a +5. It still didn't work out, so... You know, what can you say?
The dice giveth and they taketh away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been... For some reason, like, the last session and this session, my firebolts have, like, all been hitting. They're probably gonna stop working now, but... You know,
Yeah, it's been pretty insane.
after missing for so long, and then now they're just like hitting. I'm like, yes, baby.
Right when we need them to hit.
Yeah.
They are indeed very satisfying to hit.
Yeah.
Even better that most of them have been like toward the higher end of the spectrum damage wise too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's funny, like when we get into these fights, I start looking at my spell list. I'm like, okay, cool. What do I got? And like, it doesn't change. I'm like, okay, well, I can identify. Let's go.
All right, let me look at my spell list. I have no spells.
Yeah. Hello, Phoenix.
Hey, Casho, I just want to say I adore you
What do you mean?
as player to player because our characters are butt heads.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good.
The pictures are so good.
Just found, you know, this is just potentially a sticking point for my lovely reporter.
All good stories lead 'em.
That I love the Between the Flames thing.
That map was so
That was
cool.
fun.
Yeah. Did you see the artwork for Mr. Tuttle?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did you pick that out, or was that a Falcon?
I searched for it. Yeah.
I just set up the
Yeah, he did all the.
Between the Flames and NPCs. Yeah, Mr. Toddle's a cool NPC. I hope I did him justice. Obviously, we didn't really like swing notes too much. I just went off the cuff.
No, it was good, and like I was like, man, I could stay here much longer, but then I was like, no, I got there's other shit going on. So, and he's my editor. It's not like I'm not gonna see him again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well,
Unless I die here.
You never know.
Well, if I die here, then my next character is the handsome goblin.
Oh, I was thinking he
no.
would be attacked.
There we go.
what have I done?
The true savior, he'll seduce Palm and we'll all be good.
There we go.
Palm just needs a hug, you know. We still have a few more minutes, right? I'm gonna make a quick tea.
Yeah, we got like 5 more minutes, so you still got time. We just been excited talking. I'll be right back too.
Sounds good. Gotta love how all this happened because Falcon sent me a DM that was just like, hey, you want to do something crazy?
I'm honestly scared for whenever he comes around to my character. Like, what hell is he gonna put me through? He can just play with all you guys. I'm good with that.
Then there's me, Big Monkey, haha.
We got Evil Cult, we got Giant Ass Dragon, and we got Giant Monkey. We got a lot of enemies already.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I don't think. Well, I didn't put any enemies in my story, so maybe I'll be safer.
Well, I didn't either, just so you know.
That's good to know.
Now I have a giant
That's true.
mouther ape wanting to kill me and the rest of my bloodline.
That's true.
Maybe you pissed Clamdor off too much with rumors that he's a half-baked inventor.
That is a possibility with how she talks about him.
Sued for slander.
Oh no.
I know, I'm waiting to be able to get to know him. Bronzebeard 76, 75, 43. See if I can make any upgrades to Jenkins based on him.
What's up?
Bronzebeard is the one that he made, Clamdor made, that is a teacher at the academy.
Yeah, y'all laughed about the HAL 9000 joke, but I don't think it's a joke.
It really isn't. At this point, it's starting to lean that direction.
At least I'm not Amrut.
Whoa.
Hey, you know, I'm not gonna face Jenkins'
It's
wrath.
your problem.
Yes, Jenkins loves me.
I think everybody loves Sora.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
Well,
Sora's
except for the
chill.
Mouther 8.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't please them all.
You always need a contrarian, you know.
Also, the undead dragon doesn't like me either.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the goblin.
Or the goblin, yeah, thanks for reminding me. All your night chapter doesn't like me too much either.
Probably not, after purifying one of their experiments.
We got you a lot of enemies. You're welcome.
Oh man, I should have never left the
That's
island.
our gift to you.
Matt, I realized the way I wrote the recap. Master Hema is gonna be so stressed out.
Oh,
It's like, after I write this, I'm going to see my brother who beat the snot out of me. Bye!
he just looks at the paper and is like, I'm sorry, what?
Oh no!
Maybe you'll get an emergency ending. You alive?
We'll see. I don't know if a letter can get to the Turtle Islands. It's kind of hard to get there in general.
Yeah, it'll probably take a while. Like, you know, a couple weeks.
Or years.
Sort of at like the end of the campaign.
Possibly. Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Postage is going to be insane.
Looks at the current situation. Oh, the world is ending. Looks at the letter that finally arrived. Oh my god, there's a monkey that's after you?
Oh, that's old news.
Where were you?
Where were you when Palm ended the world?
Was chilling, sipping on some water.
Got me some
Target.
horchata tonight again.
Hell yeah.
Horchata.
Ah, horchata.
It's tasty.
Be right back.
So, how are we surviving? Did anyone talk about that during the break?
We run. Fucking bucket for that skull.
Things got real
Like,
today. Welcome back, Busy.
Yep. Yeah, I was worried about coming back after getting my body possessed.
One day we will finish these preview classes. Or
One of these days.
maybe we'll survive. Maybe.
I feel like the school just might burn down before that. We're doing a lot of shit.
Quite possibly, but I imagine like the rest of the classes are pretty damn hectic too.
The crazy thing is, at this point, I don't know who's gonna burn it down.
Yeah. That's always a concern.
It's a real toss-up. We're those messy freshmen.
Mm-hmm. Got all sorts of baggage. Well, Lewis does at least. Well, yeah,
No,
Amrod
it's-
also.
It's quite a
Hell, he has
ratio.
bus. Oh, dear lords.
All right.
Speaking of all right, let me start doing roll call. I'll end with Phoenix. I think she stepped away. Sora,
Here?
Judith,
Uh-huh.
Lewis,
Please don't kill us.
Emra.
No response.
Wait, is Emra gone?
Oh, I just heard him.
Oh, you did hear him. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and fell in the void. That's what happened.
Oh, God. Gotcha,
There
gotcha.
we go.
Phoenix?
Had to get the reroll going.
What Busy and said.
All right. Well, everybody's back. Off break. And let's get back to Supreme. Okay. So we picked up with the events leading up to you going into that fateful dream where you will no doubt potentially never wake up from. Let's see, well, how the night went before you realized you were going to get into some type of crappy situation. Right now, we're setting the scene of when you do ready for bed. Who would like to take the floor? Be mindful you haven't gone through that hellish adventure yet. You would technically be at full health, but just leave where you're at since we're going to get to the fight. What are you guys doing?
I can go real quick.
Sure.
When Judith returned to the not the guild, our mansion here. It was pretty late. Got home much later. It was very dark. But excuse me. But when I come back, I will give a knock on the door to Lewis.
All right. Quick thing, Falcon. Is Lewis in control at the moment?
You are, and it's great because it's almost like the creature left your body. It's probably never going to fuck with you again. You've got the reins back. You've won. You're safe. Tonight you can rest easy knowing that you've won the fight.
All right. As we finally complete the mission and make it back, for a brief moment, Lewis makes it to his bed and his consciousness just returns back to him all of a sudden. And he kind of just puts a hand to his forehead like he had a minor headache. What the hell? Wait, how the hell did I... And he just kind of remembers like a brief memory of just like him nodding to a dinosaur before his memories just flash back forward to here. Oh, what's up? And then he just hears the knock on his door. Yeah. Just try not to lock so loud. It kind of looks like the alcohol is starting to take effect on him as he opens the door. Yeah.
Hi, Lewis. Good evening. Can I come in for a moment?
Sure. And he just lets go of the door, lets it swing open.
All right. So, I'll go right over here to this little shelf thing. This little your dresser. And let's see. Okay, I start pulling it, like looking into my bag. I'm like, this is something I think you're gonna need, for multiple reasons. But one, I think you need to take care of yourself, Lewis. Okay, like I know you said you're 59, but honestly, that's not that old. Okay. And I'll reach in my bag and I'll pull out this like, beautiful like lavender and like silver container, and I'll put it on the desk here and say, here, this is some anti-aging cream I just picked up from my shop in the in the town. Here, come over here. Try it out.
Are you sure about this? I haven't exactly heard too much about these things.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not like it's poison or nothing like that. You're just gonna apply it to your skin. You know, put a nice little bit on there before you go to sleep, and some in the morning if you want when you wake up, just to help brighten your day. And it's a little fresh,
Oh,
and
you
it'll
kind of just
keep
like
it'll keep your skin from becoming looser than it already is.
he just opens up the box and just like gets like a fingerful of the cream. He kind of just like plays with it in his fingers for a brief moment. Just wipes it
Uh-huh.
across his face, like in like the thickest layer that you could imagine. He has
Oh.
no idea what the hell he's doing with it.
Okay, hold on here, and I'll pick up a little bit in my hands, and I'll kind of, you know, uh, yeah, I'll put it, kind of rub it all over my hands, and then I'll put it on my face, and then I'll say, see, that's one way to do it. Or you can just put like little bits of it, different parts on your face, and then rub it in there, here. And then I'll take the gunk that you put on your face, and with my finger, I'll kind of place it in different places. Okay, now rub in.
As you kind of go a little bit closer to kind of distribute it a bit more, you kind of notice that his eyes just like trail over to the side away from you for a brief moment, and his face slightly turns red. And as you take a step back, right, and just like he takes his full hand and just like wipes his face. It seems to moderately spread it good enough,
Yeah,
at least, but not thoroughly.
It's okay. It'll take some time to get used to, but once you kind of get into the routine of it, I know it's gonna make quite the difference.
Thanks.
It's really about taking care of yourself, Lewis. It's not just, yes, I know you have this thing inside you, and who knows what's gonna come from that, but you're still you, right? You're still the person you were before that the shadow rune got attached to you. You're still Lewis Newell. You'll be fine.
I hope so.
Okay.
What's
Well,
going out in the first place, after all?
yeah, I think you put a lot of pressure on yourself from something you've done in the past as well, and hopefully you can release that pressure at some time, because the past is the past, and now we're here. You're only 59 years old, or 59 years young. I'm sorry, you still have a lot of life left in you. All right. Now I know it's about to be 7 o'clock, so it's almost your bedtime. So get some sleep, rest up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah. There's like a brief pause as he kind of just like looks at the box as you're about to leave. And he just says out loud as you're about to close the door, Tangled.
Tangled?
You're wondering about my old team, right?
Yeah.
They were called the Tangled. I figured I'd at least clear something up, being that they didn't die. It's starting to bother me a bit, is all.
They didn't die. Where are they at now?
I don't know. Part of ways a long time ago.
Oh, well, she turns it around. She's like, "Well, I'm gonna tell you that puts me at a lot more at ease, because I thought that they were dead, and maybe that you were a bad luck charm, but look, turns out we're all good. Just yeah. Thanks for sharing that. And if you're looking to find them, we can always do that together. Okay."
The moment you say look for them, his face just kind of gets completely serious. Let me make this clear. I don't ever want to hear anything about them again. And I sure as hell never want to see their faces. But I told you this so that way you can look into it at your own leisure. That way you could have that information. Whenever it comes to me, I couldn't care less. As long as I could live my own life.
You got it, Chief. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll start to walk out, and I'll pass by Sora. Oh, hi, Sora. And I'll keep going. And as I'm going, I pull out my notebook and I write the tangled, and I'll underline it a couple times. And like, time to start digging into that. Now I could go back to sleep.
Sorry.
After a few brief moments, he kind of just like looks down at his arm for a moment and just mutters to himself, "Bad luck, Shama." Not completely wrong. As she just goes to bed.
You lay into your bed, Lewis. Pull the covers over you. Whatever. Your head hits the pillow. Fall right through the... Alright. Sora, what are you up to?
Oh!
Sora goes up to Phoenix's door and does a little quick knock on in there.
Who is it? You hear from a distance. She seems like she's on the far side of the room.
Hey, it's your friend, Sora.
Let her in, Jenkins.
Jenkins goes, opens the door, and looks at you. Its eyes start blinking a multitude of colors. And it says, Sora.
Wow! You got him to say my name.
Yeah, it must mean he likes you. If you stick your head in, you will find Phoenix is laying on the chase in front of the window. Her feet are up on one arm, still in her boots, but it's like at the back of the ankle, so the bottom of the boots aren't getting the chase dirty. As she's holding a book above her head, she's reading. What's she up to?
I just had a very enlightening evening.
Oh yeah, she folds a corner of the page she was on, closes it, sits up, and turns around and looks at you. Do tell.
After you had all given me my package, I went to my room and there was an apple and a note left behind. I think one of the biggest lies we are being told, at least from what I've discovered, is that Noah is really safe, is it?
I happen to agree with you on that one.
But Dondo left me the note, telling me to go meet him by a tree to the north.
Oh, I'm ready to go. You want help?
I already went.
You what? After what he did to you last time?
We all have to face our fears, at least initially, on our own. And I was afraid
right.
of seeing him again, but it really is true. He's my brother, Dondo Aku, and I am Sora Aku.
You see her face, like, it lights up and she smiles. Well, you came back in one piece, so that's good, but God, it must be nice to have some answers, huh?
He was threatened by me at first. He didn't know what I was about, but he didn't know that I knew nothing about the slaughter of our family, about the purpose of the Mouther, and what even our family rune is. But I discovered so much more. I'm not human, per se. I am what is known as a great ape of old.
Real quick question, would this be something Phoenix might have read about? The great apes?
It's possible. History?
Nope.
A particular subject.
That's interesting. What does that mean to you?
She would grab the cordage that was hanging around her neck and pull, revealing the gem again. Inside this, is my family rune. When I crush it, I too shall be a great ape realized.
That's really cool, Sora. Would you mind if I gave you something a little more sturdy to string that on?
Sure, of course. The thing is, I am not yet worthy of this name or this power. And if I am to crush this before I'm ready, I may have lost the family rune forever.
As you're talking, she's going to her jeweler's tools and looking for a chain that she can give you to hang it on. She is obviously listening though, like she keeps turning her head back and nodding it at you. When you say that you're not worthy, her eyebrow kind of drops a little bit, but she doesn't argue with you on it.
I've only known about them for a day, so I do not feel it is my place to assume myself as an Aku. My brother is going to teach me how to be a warrior. In return, I'll teach him what it is like to live a life of gentleness and love.
She smiles. You probably, well, maybe not. I don't know if you've heard it in the past, Sora, but Aku, Monkey Island, whatever title you want to claim, you are one of a kind and you are invaluable.
I feel the same about you, Phoenix. You give me insights in the world that I had never expected. I never knew beings like Jenkins even existed, or even half the things I know now I was unaware of on that island. Part of me really misses it. The sound of the waves, the smell, the feel of wild magic in the air. Oh, don't even get me started on dragon turtle fruit. It's the only place in the world you can find it, and it is so good.
It's really sweet of you to say that. Do you think when we beat this palm thing in a year, do you think you could take me there? I'd love to see it.
Of course, I want everyone to join me there. It's not very easy, but once we clear up everything with my master, he should be able to help us get there.
Sounds like a plan.
I am very exhausted though. Would you mind if I just catch a couple minutes here?
Sure. Why don't you take the bed? Because this is comfy enough for me. The bed's way too big.
Okay. I shouldn't be long. Wake me in 30 minutes. And she would go and sit down and lay down and place her staff against the bed and just sigh. So much to do in a year. So little time.
Phoenix smiles, resumes the position she was in, and has no intention of waking Sora up at all. But she is reading the book that Mistafar gave her. I think it was titled Mars or something like that.
Certainly.
And she will just read it till she falls asleep.
You read this book about this young Shadowrune warrior, and he's going through trials similar to what you're going through. Not a school, but an organization. I would say that to an extent, he's a relatable character. Without getting into the details of what the story holds, I'll leave that to your imagination. young adventurers setting out to a whole new world. Powers that are deemed dangerous or damning, but just powers like the other room.
Very good.
Jenkins would look at you, attempting to say Sora's name again. Shorkins seems to be working out the kinks, but is able to produce it every now and then. He almost combined his name with hers.
I'll work on that tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, get a good sleep. Emra, what are you doing?
Taking the bubble bath.
Hey, Emra's running a bubble bath?
It's the water red.
Because he's running the bath, but he's gonna step inside the tub here, and he'll reach down into the water and like cup his hands to get some water in his hands, and he'll try and shape it into a sphere as he tries to like practice. Yeah, your special soap, your bed, bath, and body works. And tries to basically just shape that water into a sphere and just hold it there.
You do, and when you make the spear, it's almost like a little whirlpool. The water would dip up into your hands, but while it's doing that and being taken away from the tub itself, it's a little tiny whirlpool. Kind of suction the air around you, and Judith's favorite soap, it's pulled in with the air into the tub, doof, dunking into the water.
Shit.
All right, and as you do that,
doing that for the rest of the night.
All right, awesome. Anything else from anyone else? Do we go and have a really great sleep? Be afraid to take the camera back to you if you want something else.
A little bit of drool coming out Phoenix's the corner of her mouth.
Excellent.
And actually, if the bath doesn't bloody up, he'll actually take an actual bubble bath.
Cool.
And fall asleep in
Peace. Awesome. So, while you're in the tub and you're resting and drool's coming down Phoenix's face, arguably blood. Well, now we can actually go to modern events. At this point in time, you would fall asleep and your journey and trek through that unknown realm would begin. However, we don't return to the beginning of that story, but end. Roll initiative.
You know, I was really hoping you were going to be merciful and you were just gonna,
Yeah.
Evident.
All a dream.
I do not like being this close to this thing.
You are closest to the mouth,
Yeah.
though.
Yes, may I inquire, like, does it look like there's any room to squeeze past this thing and run down the mouth tunnel? Or is he got this whole thing stopped up?
You think it's possible, but he's got it pretty much stuffed up. That's appreciate this.
I think we have a handout for this.
Yeah, there's a house rule for going past hostile. Humble and something else.
Oh, sorry, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I'm looking for the hand. This is a great time to use them.
So we have at
Hell yeah.
number 4 or 5, tumble. A creature can try to tumble through a hostile creature's space, ducking and weaving past the opponent. As an action or a bonus action, the tumbler makes a dexterity acrobatics check contested by the hostile creature's dexterity acrobatics check. If the tumbler wins the contest, it can move through the hostile creature's space once this turn.
God, but my acrobatics is not good.
You also be athletics option if you do overrun, but those are your two options. Overrun or tumble, same exact thing. One's athletics, one is acrobatics. It is an action or a bonus action to attempt.
Does that mean you could attempt it twice in our turn?
Technically, yes. You could do an action for it if that failed, or a bonus action if that fails, do an action for it.
Okay, good to know.
If you get to it the old-fashioned way, but this guy doesn't look like a pushover. He looks like I'm gonna need that character sheet kind of mom.
Yeah. She's just so low on health. I'm scared. I don't want her to die. Damn it. I am really like frozen right now.
Take your time. That's all good.
Would Jenkins, I know this is pushing it, feel free to tell me no, but I'm trying to think creatively. Could Jenkins help action, I don't know, distract him from going after her or help her with her role in any way?
Well, help is classically used to give people advantage on attacks, but help is also for skill checks. So you can do the help action, get advantage on the skill checks.
We will do that. So we will say that Jenkins like puts himself between her and it, just to try to give her a little space to duck past him, and she will try to get past him.
You succeed as it swipes its claws, raking into Jenkins' metal armor.
I'm not quite sure where her token should go. Should it maybe go up there?
Well, the moment you make it past it, you fall down the throat as the head is lifted up and it tumbles into its belly. You can see a void. The passage of time, the dragon in question fighting off and fending against primordials. You can even see your schoolroom master here fighting against this dragon. You are looking at his history unfold, but you keep falling, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. You're not out yet. For now, you are at least 200-300 feet away from the fight all of a sudden.
Oh boy, that's gonna look like she abandoned everybody. Okay, Jenkins used his action to help, but he can't try to tumble because that's an action, right?
Yeah, tumbling's an action, so you wouldn't be able to move through the enemy squad.
All right, next turn. He will try that next turn. EOT.
Is an action or a bonus action, right?
Yeah, but Jenkins only gets an action.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
How blocked up does the path look like at the moment? toward the
Completely.
portal?
It's perfectly encompassing its throat. Of course, there's little tiny rooms you can slip through. That's how you tumbled, but there's not much room for like flying or climbing on the walls. Wouldn't get you around it.
Okay, in that case, Lewis is going to primarily, he's gonna aim not to actually jump through the portal just yet. He's gonna try to, try to clear out as much material that's blocking the portal as possible to make it easier for other people to get through, and try to just distract the dragon the best he can. I'm willing to use Action Surge in order to do this, so... So I'm gonna say to about there, just try to clear out as much of the gold that's kind of covering up the area as he's gonna try to grapple the dragon as his main action.
Athletics. Consider you have exhaustion. It's just
Yep. Let's hope.
you grapple him. He actually rolled under you.
Oh, thank the gods. Okay. Okay, so main action to actually grapple if I was to use my action surge to like help clear out the remaining material, just like his feet and things like that, would that make it any easier for everybody else to get past?
If you commit your action surge to it, I will allow the next 2 people to have advantage on the checks.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow it. Action surge being expended for this. I just need to get you guys out of here as best I can. Alright. And turn.
Okay. Could I free action grab one of these, like, object thing, grab one of these coins?
Sure.
Alright, I want to stick it in my pocket for later. See this, I'm like, oh, wow, this is amazing. I looked at Emmerich. I'm like, Emmerich, get out of here. Don't be a hero. Same with you, Lewis. And as I say that, I have to take a photo of Lewis fucking wrestling a dragon. Because I can't not, you know what I mean? It's too awesome.
Yeah.
And then bonus action, I'll tumble and I'll try to get the fuck out of here. This is advantage on an acrobatics.
Your choice of acrobatics or athletics, yeah.
Advantage on it.
I'm just double checking. I used my action, and this is my bonus action. Shit.
Yep. Good thing for advantage.
Yeah.
Thank gods for the advantage.
So.
You make it back. Same thing.
Do I have to?
Do you have a climb speed or no?
No.
So gravity would do its work, and you would fall equally through its belly, coming out through its tail. You can move north until you find Phoenix. And you would see the similar visions of the dragons bowed against a band of heroes. And I think what marks you most curious, Judith, is that in the battle you could see a far younger Lewis. We're talking 30 years younger, 20, 30 years younger. And you see him, he's one of the scenes, he's jumping down, ripping through this creature's back with his blade. He's super nimble, way more dexterous than he is now. And as the dragon's coming at him, it's like a beautiful dance as he's taking simple steps, avoiding claws being grabbed and destroying the ground. A breath weapon comes out onto him, and he's got some type of shield deflected. This guy is doing God's work. You don't know what happened to him the next 30 years that he's so, not this epic and powerful anymore. But it will certainly be interesting if there's any merit to these visions.
He was a badass. Got it.
Truth, yeah. He was there. Yeah, you can yield.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Is the old Sora.
All right, Sora comes in, her staff at hand. She's going to take a swing at the creature with her staff as her attack action.
You see, you hit on one of its wires, and you think it has a similar feature as Phoenix with puppetry, as these wires are unbending, unbreakable. You're unable to land a strike against them.
And as that blow hits, Sora smirks as the markings on her arm flare up, and electricity flares about her as she'll use her bonus action to Thunder Leap, appearing 15 feet of my choice, behind the dragon in the mouth.
You fall downwards.
Oh.
As you're falling and tumbling throughout the stomach, you see a person that looks really familiar to you. Like you know this person. They're fighting and moving like you. They're way more powerful than what you've seen Donzo do, what you've seen yourself do. And this lady, same exact hair color, similar outfit, really large, beating the crap out of this dragon. 3 letters come to your mind. M O. Their letter escaping, though it should be obvious. You can continue following.
And that's it.
Dragonbone Golem displeased by how many people have gotten through, but first he has to deal with the pesky creature to whose body he wants above all else, and Jenkins, before he learns how to fully say sorry. Personal kid. All right, we got a set of pinions coming out. The pinions are kind of the rope in its body. Let's see here. Pinion against Jenkins, 22.
That hits.
All right, it is pinned beneath the bony pines and restrained. So Jenkins is restrained. He takes 7 piercing. And he's stuck there, unable to leave. And as he kind of wraps him up in the pinions, he looks at Lewis, and fear pours out of its body, a fear aura. And it lifts up 2 claws, both of them, and rises in the throat as you're wrapping yourself onto its body, and it swipes. 15, does that hit you?
Lewis lifts up as his organic arm is just like grabbing onto one of the wings to try to hold it down the best he can, and it tries to swing out at him. His robotic one just quickly shifts into place and locks into position as it manages to block the attack against him.
And the third attack it spews out against you is a natural 1 as you continue your fight. You're old. You've seen how this dragon moves. And well, it hasn't aged gracefully either. With that said, though, Emra, you've got a bigger problem. Its fear aura is activated. If you can't make this save, you can't move closer to the dragon. You can't move closer to the dragon. You can't get in its throat. I need a wisdom saving throw or be fear.
Can I give him my?
Only tell me you're worth it 15.
Can you give him
Can
what?
I give him my my last session inspiration?
It's yours for whichever reason you wish.
I gotta help out my buddy.
Emerald, you gotta make this wisdom save or you'll be frightened. You won't be able to move closer to the dragon.
Alrighty. With advantage, let's go.
Oh, I
Holy
love
shit.
it. Emerald, you're not gonna let this thing scare you. You've seen some pretty messed up stuff in the chapter.
And he'll stroll on over. First thing he'll do, he'll throw his second rhyme spear to try and maybe turn loose of Jenkins there, hopefully.
What?
Oh.
Oh, it's just a 13.
13, you spew it out. Flies towards the dragon bone, but it opens up its mouth and it flows through its body, and with such grace unexpected, perfectly navigates the tunnels of the creature without damaging it, coming out the other side.
Shit.
It explodes over here, and you can just see the coins whip up like a little tornado briefly.
I'll get here. In character, I want to do it. Out of character, I can do 0 fucks. Shit. I'm gonna use my athletics to try and lift it off of Jenkins.
Oh, I see.
And I'll use my last inspiration from last week to do it.
I can't decide if you secretly have a soft spot for him or you want him alive so you can torture him.
Well, we're both dead anyway.
You know what? Considering the situation, Lewis is going to use another error to excellence for this, as he's just like pulling on the wing and trying to loosen the grip as much as he can. Go for the reroll.
All right.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Wow.
Jenkins looks at you, Amra, and now you gotta be in a dream. He tells you, he goes, save yourself. You're more important to me. But you don't really hear Jenkins' voice. You hear one of your companions from the chapter, one of the two people that helped you escaped. Their voice, it seems like it's coming out of Jenkins' audio box. Maybe it's just your mind trying to still yourself to live. It feels like it came from Jenkins. So you think that the two are unrelated, largely.
Okay. Can I still tumble, or is that my would that be like my bonus action to do that? To try and lift the Jenkins up?
Well, I think with Rhyme Spirit was in action, so you're all out of economy.
You still have your bonus?
Yep.
Well, he used his bonus to try and free Jenkins, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I see.
I can survive another round.
No, you can't. I'm just joking. Phoenix,
Kidding, except not kidding.
you're tumbling towards your room. You can see it. Your body, you're on the couch by the window. You fall. And as you fall, you land into the body. When you awake, Sora and Jenkins are physically not in the room. This is more than a dream. Your bodies are in this realm. You're in the room alone.
Not knowing what to do, she's just gonna yell out, Sora! I don't think there's anything she can do, honestly.
You immediately hear the beating of feet, the soldiers advancing towards the room, the up security making his presence known. No one's gonna hurt you. Unfortunately, even though they're coming into this room, this is a situation they're not equipped to handle.
Yeah, can Jenkins make a saving throw of some sort to try to get out from underneath?
Absolutely. So, with most things, they have choices on how to break this. He would need to have a successful DC 17 athletics to get free from this creature's pinion. And I hope I'm not saying this word wrong and it sounds dumb, so I'll type it in chat, but I think it's pronounced pinion.
He will try to do that. Nope.
Tries to get out, but he's entangled in this thing's cord. Why couldn't they just call it cord? So, Lewis, you're fighting against his dragon bone and you feel its power progressively rising. Jenkins was not subject to the fear, but you are. It was a saving throw.
Alright, let's hope.
Do you want my inspiration?
I have my own.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna pop one. System it is. Bop. With advantage, but is 15 enough?
What do you?
Actually.
Yeah, 15. 15's enough. 15's what you need. Let me double check. DC 15. Okay, yep.
Alright. That's one inspo down. So I'm not feared. The issue here is that Amrod is still here. Damn it. How much are we gonna try? Honestly, I think Lewis's mentality right now is that this is all a dream, or at least close to it. So Jenkins being destroyed isn't his biggest concern, as he's just going to... see. We did open up a path already for Emrat, so he should still have. I think he still has advantage. Next person still has advantage. Wait, what now?
Don't use Biggie lyrics to justify that.
How the hell we're gonna get through this? No matter what, he's gonna be the last one, so he's going to just hold on to this dragon the best he can until Emrat makes it through. Is he able to save his action to overrun to get through the portal after Emrat has?
It's tough because movement and overrun. I would say yeah.
Especially since he's like right next to the portal.
Yeah, I would say yeah. Well,
There's also
that's
a
right.
lot of wind and after.
Yeah,
flying.
there's a lot of conditions there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get through its mouth, you'd fall anyway. So I would say you could try to tumble. Then gravity will do the rest.
Okay. Readying my action to overrun through it then. Once Emrat has.
Judith, you are equally rolling towards your room. You would fly out and land onto your bed. Realize that again, it wasn't a dream. You were physically stolen from wherever you were and brought here somehow.
I look at my stuff. Are the photos that I took still there? And is the coin still there?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'll run out the room and I'll run to Emrat's room. And just check on him while he's there.
I wasn't there in the first place.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, she might not have known that. He's asleep in the tub.
oh, then I'll go in the bathtub. Oh, I'll go into the bathroom if I see the light still on.
Okay, so you bust out, you go to look. You make any commotion, the knights would act or no?
Yeah, I open the door. I'm like, or my door. I'm like, security, help us! And then I'll go into the bedroom or the bathroom door, and I'll look and I'll see Emrat asleep, and I'll say, Emrat.
Well, there's nothing in it. The tub is empty.
There's nothing
Remember
in
the
there.
bodies were physically
got it.
not
Sorry,
there.
I thought the body. Sorry. Okay, well then I'll be like, you used my fucking soap.
A point of order too. When you open the door and ran down the hall to get to the bathroom and you call for the security, you would see the knight immediately propel himself 15 feet forward, skip off the wall, and roll into your room, drawing both of his blades before you continue past him.
Emrat's in trouble, and the others too.
Understood. Get to the library room. A ward has been placed to protect you.
I'll head that way.
And Phoenix, at the same time, you would be delivering a similar message as they bust through the door, but they don't see anything they can immediately help with. The library, a ward. It will
She
protect
would
you.
not run to the library because Sora should be in this room.
Certainly, they're not going to force you or anything. You just see them kind of look frantically, quickly, like at the window, under the bed, posting up, sending soldiers to search other places of the house. They did not joke. They made one mistake, jeopardizing your safety. Fortunately, they couldn't prepare for an ancient dragon pulling you into its realm. Sora. What level are we? Anyways, Sora, you roll through the creature, and as Phoenix is there, they're telling Phoenix, come on, you gotta go. From this side, you can actually see what it looks like as a ripple in the air opens up very briefly, a massive purple ripple. You could see Sora come flying into the room as all the soldiers immediately jump in front of you, lifting up their shields, not knowing what was coming out.
Sora just falls over the chair falling backward, and you just see her legs sticking out in the air before they're kicking about, and she stands up with she seems to be crying and looking at Phoenix. I think I saw my mom, Phoenix.
Okay. She will reach out to you, grab your hand, and I know it's not her turn, but she wants to go into Lewis's room.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sorry. And Sora will use her movement to get her and Phoenix there.
All right, when you get her and Phoenix there, and one of the troops behind you is watching your back, out of all the characters that were no longer in that room, Lewis is the only one in his room. He's floating, and you can see his entire body is covered in that shadow thing that sometimes comes to his aid. It's wrapping and holding him in the air as smoke is just forming and flowing out of his mouth. An endless stream. He's just sitting there, levitated.
When Sora sees this, her eyes narrow, and the tattoos along her body begin to glow again, turning more golden in color as her eyes become golden orbs, and she raises her hand out. You let go of my friend. And she will use her action to attempt to give some assistance to Lewis and Amrut on the other side by using Brilliant Beam to fire at the shadowy creature.
Go for it. The beams beautifully spill throughout the room. Shadow comes up and swallows two of it, the 12 and the 6. But the 20 penetrates it. It screeches something horrible. You can't really call it a yell or a cry. Something in between both of those. But as it does, on the other side, you would see, Lewis, you can kind of hear like missiles traveling through the air. Coming from the light rune in this domain is like a machine gun shooting these beams, and you physically see one strike Dragon Bone Golem. Roll your damage.
4 radiant.
So the 4 radiant hits the Dragon Bone Golem and sprays across its horde, erupting the ground, but it's way more dramatic. It's more beams, because we did mention it powering up. I need 3 more shots from you, because on this side, it's like a machine gun is getting shot at the dragon.
So as the beams come shooting out, they just begin to seem to speed up instead of slow down as 3 more beams come streaking out to hit the creature. 9, 13, 15.
They're not successful, but what they do is something else other than the damage that they propose as a threat. The Dragon Bone, shocked by the rune sending a torrent of beams its way, his attention elapsed. He looks, lifts up his body, Jenkins falls and is freed as he defends and dodges the rest of the beams. Hold on.
Come on, Lewis. You can do this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shocked by the sudden rune in the distance, they can feel the presence. Rune warriors of old. Dozens of light rune users stand at the summit at the bottom right, where we know the light rune is. And the dragon, for a moment, looks afraid. Lewis, you put 1 and 2 together. That's what's keeping him here. They sealed him in this place, this prison, with the fallen, such as the shades, making sure he never leaves. That was until a key was presented. That key is unfortunately you. Dragonbone will lose its turn. The next turn, well, you guys are still here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Actually, it's Jenkins' turn, right? Can Jenkins go ahead and run up?
Well, he goes on Phoenix turn.
Right.
Oh. Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna... Well, he's gonna go right after me anyway. I automatically try and pull him through the portal here.
Next person
I'll
has
roll acrobatics
advantage.
if I need to. Alrighty.
That is the second person that benefited from the advantage.
Here we go. Ooh.
Okay.
All right, it was close, but you're able to just barely get past him. You roll. When you roll inside and you begin falling down its stomach, you also see something. You see the dragon forced back by a cliff, and Lewis chucks a massive spear in the ground. He pulls it up, chucks it right into the creature's heart. Falls off the cliff. And at this point in time, as it's falling, its tail whips around like a razor blade, taking Lewis's arm off.
What do we see of Lewis's body?
Wait, what?
He's floating in the air with smoke spilling out of it still. But you do think what Sora did weakened it. You're not sure what's happening on the other side, but you do think it's weakened.
Right, but I mean, his arm being torn off, like his body is still in one piece.
Yeah, well, that was from the vision.
But...
What Emerald saw was the vision.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Of how
My
he
bad.
lost his arm in the past.
I don't have any radiant damage about me. That is not how I am built. And I have a feeling shooting a crossbow at this wisp that is wrapped around a body is probably a bad idea.
Do you have any uses of your puppetry left?
I do, but it has to move into me 5 feet. I can't move into it. That's how it's written anyway, unless it's a special.
Yeah, I would say Jenkins is going to try to just dive down their throat.
Oh, most definitely. I was thinking about Phoenix, though. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but given I have no radiant or anything, I do have to touch him, but I'm willing to do that. I'm going to jump up onto the bed that Lewis is hovering above and stick my hand through the shadow wisp that are around him and try and touch Lewis specifically and cure wounds him to see if that helps him fight off whatever he's fighting. And Jenkins will make an athletics to try to get the hell out of here.
Excellent. Lewis, you heal twice as much 10 points. If you even can. If you can't, the rest is temporary hit points.
Oh, I see. So that would be 20 in total?
Yep.
Got it.
And with a 21, I think Jenkins is right behind Amrit.
Yep. Your Jenkins is popping out. Amrit and Jenkins pop out at the same time. Flowing into unfortunately they're not in the room with you though. Jenkins would fall into your room and Amrit would splash into the tub. Just as Judith was probably leaving the bathroom, Amrit comes.
And as they make it through the portal, my held action goes off to attempt to overrun this thing. Alright. Oh god, that's not good.
That isn't good. However, it's possible he can roll. You don't think the golem is even a fragment of his real power, but we'll see. You guys are tied. Does it say who wins a tie? Let me look. Usually defender wins, but in this case, he's defending his space. He's technically the defender.
Usually.
Let's see what it says. You are overrunning. You have to specifically win. You're not able to get through him.
That's fine. That would have been right after Amrit made it past, as that was the condition I set for the reaction.
Absolutely, take your turn.
I still got 2 more shots. If I expend my second wind, just like explaining it as like readying all of my force and breath into this one push through with the shoulder, would that be able to negate the exhaustion?
I'll let it be a flat roll for a second win. Sure.
All right. Let's hope that is gonna help. Okay.
All right, let's see if the Dragon Bones got you beat. 22's got you beat.
Shit. Okay.
Take my last inspiration for your bonus.
Got it.
You guys are
I'll
tough
go
on
later.
rivals, enemies. He's doing everything he can to make sure you don't escape. Who cares about the others? You're the one he wants the most. What are you gonna do about it, Lewis?
All right. As that first one, he's kind of just like pushed back by the tail. The second, a wing just like drops down in order to act like a cage blocking the pathway. Lewis, dragging his feet back, just like grits his teeth as he just remembers that moment with Sora and giving all of his strength to her to help purify the sanguine. As he just lets out a screaming roar and puts all of his strength into it. Let's see. I still have my reaction. Would I be able to also expend my own inspiration so I could apply Steam Release to this?
I would say no, only because I'm working with you best I can on other stuff.
That's fine. All right, let's hope. Come on. Oh, hell yes.
Good news for you, Lewis. My nat 20 does not beat your nat 20.
Hell yeah. And even if it did, I had freaking Master's Guidance, so.
Oh, there you go. You dive past him and he turns around and screeches. He lets out his breath weapon, which you can immediately see spews and follows you. As you roll out, you could see your allies on the other end helping you. You also see that moment where you dealt that fateful blow. You were but a portion of the battle against it, a small piece in the bigger puzzle, but nonetheless able to fall a creature with the help of many others. As you see his death once again, you can hear the dragon bone screech, "This isn't the end! This is only the beginning! What you saw today, this will be our finale! This is where we will meet! This is where it will be settled! And this is where I will get everything I deserve!" And the portal closes as you fall to the bed. All of you have made it out safely. To conclude, most importantly, Jenkins. Well done.
As Lewis is falling through the portal and it's replaying that scene once more, for Lewis, it doesn't seem as if he's falling. It's almost as if he dropped directly into his body, his old form again, as he just clutches onto his now separated right arm, the arm that had allowed him to become an adventurer in the first place, the arm that was pretty much the only one he really trained during his time as an adventurer. And as the blood loss starts to take over, he just slowly starts to smile to himself as he looks over his shoulder, and the horrified face of one of his old companions just looks with an extreme sense of worry on her face as she's worrying about the amount of blood loss he's having. I'd much rather go through this fate than you, Claire. As his consciousness slowly fades and he pops back to reality.
Pop into the room, crashing to the floor. Nightmare is over. But we all have each other.
Hearing the splash, I'll run back into the bathroom and I'll open the door and see Amrit and run in there. Hey, you okay? You okay?
Whoa! Hey, I like crouch back into the. I'm fine.
Well, luckily you have some bubbles covering a few things.
Yeah, this is my cell.
Yeah, just glad you're okay. Come on, let's check on the others. And I'll throw him a towel.
Thanks.
Eventually, you would all spill into the room. Phoenix and Sora, I'd imagine, no doubt, getting to Lewis, who, even though is out of all of you most health right now, would physically feel extraordinarily exhausted, unable to walk, barely able to speak. She definitely was both the catalyst and primary one tortured by the powers that caused you all to leave this place.
Yeah, when Lewis's body falls back down onto the bed, Phoenix falls to her knees as well and is like looking his body over. Not that she has any more healing stuff to give you, but you all right? You with us?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you would notice that he's very obviously like clutching onto his robotic shoulder.
She will look up to the guards. I think the danger's past for tonight.
The guards go, I understand. I'll give you time with your friend. But we're on high alert. Won't be able to settle down until we've searched the entire property just to be safe. We'll stand outside the door. Give you time. Cannot leave you.
She'll nod.
Do exactly that. They post up outside as Judith and Amber would make their way past them as they leave the room.
Yeah, Amber like shovels him with a towel.
I feel like people are gonna start saying, oh, it's those 5 again. I wonder what disaster is gonna be following them next.
Phoenix, you get a little chuckle out of Phoenix on that one.
How hurt does Lewis look right now?
He looks... No, he's not bleeding or anything, but physically he looks like he can't stand, and his words are really trailing or tough. He's extraordinarily exhausted. Mechanically, he's not boasting exhaustion, but if he did have exhaustion, he'd probably have like 4 or 5 points.
Okay, I'll just come up to him and sit and lean down and say, "Wow, Lewis, I saw what the amazing warrior that you used to be and will become again at some point." I'll do that by casting Cure Wounds on him.
I could only hope. I'll say that anybody that is currently in the same room as Lewis, which honestly would be everybody at this point, as I'd imagine we just get over to the protected room while this procedure is going on. Go ahead and make insight checks.
Just a 21.
Okay, at this point I'm just gonna say, holy
I feel like
shit, all you guys are good at.
We know
All
you, bro.
Our attention is on you.
They've been in
used to
your,
this.
your body and mind in a way tonight, so it makes sense.
Yep, it makes sense. You notice that as Lewis is clutching onto his shoulder, he's not doing it just because his shoulder is aching or anything like that. You could tell he's physically in pain as his rune's activating. And thinking back on it, it's been like this every single time he's activated his rune so far. Ever since it reactivated. For whatever reason, it's just an immense type of burning sensation that seems to be overtaking him every single time. Feeling of both his flesh burning and it rotting at the same time as the shadow and fire runes are constantly in conflict.
I'm guessing that's not ghost pain.
No.
You gotta get that looked at, Lewis.
He's kind of silent for a moment as he's trying to avoid as much eye contact as he can while he's propped up against the walls.
As you're trying to avoid eye contact, it will say, "We all saw it. We were all there, and we're all involved now. So you don't have to feel like you have to hide it from us."
He just starts looking up and he sees all your faces as he just closes his eyes and lets out a deep breath. I think it's about time I finally just freaking told you guys what the hell is going on. I've already dragged all you guys into it. Holding anything back now would just put you guys in more danger.
Wow, it's like looking at a mirror.
Pretty much.
Hold that thought, though. I'm getting some pants.
We should probably just put it off until all of us rest.
How about we save it for breakfast? That was very jarring.
Definitely. Definitely need some rest. As he just like starts to lose consciousness and just falls on his side.
And wait, and she reaches in and slowly guides you down to the bed. Ah, it's like a nursing home in here. Anyway, I hope they have. I keep hearing about this one dish, Judith. I hope they serve it in the morning. I think they call it waffles.
Yeah, I've had them before. They're good. Maybe that's what we all need. Some nice home-style cooked waffles.
I can only dream, and hopefully not a dream that tries to kill me. I'm gonna go to bed for real this time, hopefully. Have a good night, everyone. And Sora will head back towards her bedroom, just rubbing her face. That was a lot for her.
The good news is, this night over. Oh, surely you all would assemble for that fateful breakfast. That is where we close out. Getting eat. Things are certainly not completely back to normal, but feel like most part, will they ever know? Thank you all for joining me tonight. Session. Really appreciate each and every one of you. To the stream, thank you for watching. That concludes today's Elder Earth.
Holy shit.
Let's say goodbye. I'm gonna roll the credits.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
Later, stream.
Sweet dreams.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war. We bring the war to them.